Hello guys and welcome to some Group B rally. After the great success of the 959 Porsche in the four-wheel drive category, Porsche set their crosshairs on the two-wheel drives, and their answer was none other than the 944. Although the engine was based off of a Volkswagen 4-cylinder, it didn't stop Porsche making it a proper powerhouse. They increased the 2.5 inline 4 to 2.8 liters to maximize the cc's they were running in the class, and strapped on one of the 959's turbos to it, resulting in a massive 543 kilowatt or 728 horsepower and 852 newton meters of torque. The car ran in the same cc category as the 959, but the 944 for some or other reason was heavier and couldn't fit the same size tires as the 955, resulting in a weight of 1205 kilograms and one side tire dimension of 550 millimeters and not 610. Can this be the fastest two-wheel drive car that we ever driven? Let's go and find out. The 944, the new widowmaker of the cars that I have driven. This thing is insane. Even in 6th gear on the tar, it has enough power to start sliding. This thing isn't a pleasant thing to drive, not at all. I really needed to nurse it around the track. I couldn't go full throttle like all the other cars around the track, especially at that tricky corner where most of the time I run wide into the signs next to the road. Even there I couldn't go as fast as all the other cars. This car was just, I can't describe it. Is there a thing as too fast? I don't believe so. It may be the lack of grip. This thing could have done with at least 300 horsepower less, I believe. But nonetheless, I did my 3 runs. Wasn't that quick, to be that honest. This car came highly recommended, or I actually promised I would have done it before the 959 and then I didn't. But I'm glad I did, because if I didn't, then the torture would have been left there for me in the future of doing it once sometime. No, never again will I drive this car again. I will detune it to make it more controllable. This thing is utterly insane. It's not actually it accelerates fast, but not as fast as a 959, but it's totally uncontrollable. I can't drive cleanly one stage of this car. Excuse me. The winter is affecting my lungs now. Yeah, this car, too much power or too little grip. It's one of those two. I can't believe the car wheel spins in 6th gear around a corner on the tarmac. This is the first car that does it. 2 minute 32.617. As you can see, not very fast, and it's due to it not being able to put the power down. Yeah, and let's talk a little bit about the engine. Yes, it is a big capacity 4-cylinder, but if you look closely, the intake manifold, and I believe the block of the engine, and I don't think the top, but the sub-assembly of the, or not the crank, just the block, is very much related to the engine you would find in the Golf 1 GTI, or the Volkswagen Passat, or even the Volkswagen Kombi, or the Kombi T3. I think it was just a 2.1 liter 4-cylinder, or was it? what was it again? Was it a 2.1 4-cylinder? Wasn't the Boxer? Or was it 2-liter? I can't remember. But it's that engine actually almost like with a stroker crank and a turbo strap to it. Not that it's a bad engine. The car made brilliant power, and even in Namibia, where I previously lived, on the racing track there was a 944 that drove there for years on the circuit racing and almost had no mechanical issues whatsoever. It's just almost with age that the engine later broke, and the replacement engine wasn't so cheap, so the guy swapped it for a Nissan SR20 DET engine. Yes, you might think it's against Porsche's idea, that sort of swap, almost like an unholy swap, or if you can look at it like that. But the car actually performed pretty well with the Nissan SR20 DET engine. I think it was even lighter than the stock engine, so the car's weight distribution was even further improved. It was one of the fastest track cars in Namibia. And the fastest one was a E36 M3 with a turbo strapped onto it, and yeah, there was almost a little bit of lacking of class restrictions, if I can say it like that, because the Porsche had to compete against that, and how on earth do you want a 2-liter 4-cylinder to compete against the 3.2-liter straight 6 with a turbo? Yeah, what can I say more? Yeah, I tried to search for a 4-wheel drive conversion of this car to ease it a little bit with traction, but I couldn't find anything. There was almost like some rumor pictures that went around on the internet about the 4-wheel drive concept, one that was specially made for racing, but I couldn't find the real evidence that said that this car was actually made, or that there was how can you say, the concept made of that. But yeah, I would really like to know, or one day talk to the guys of Turn 10 or Microsoft on how do they work out how much power can an engine make with the modifications. Was it based off real engine power outputs? Because I can't think a 944's engine that has been increased to 2.6 liters, 2.8 liters can generate that much power, or is it almost like drags back and the engine damage isn't actually turned on so that you can ride without engine damage? But yeah, I would like to know one day how they figured it out. Yeah, but this car, I wouldn't recommend driving it. If you want to be frustrated, sure, take it. I got so frustrated because you're still going in a straight line on the dirt, and suddenly this car swerves off to the left or to the right, missing the checkpoint because it doesn't have grip, and I'm almost like granny shifting it into 5th and 6th so that the wheel spin would stop. But once it climbs into boost, then all hell breaks loose. The final straight. Let's see what time I get here. 250, 260, 270, 280, and across the line. 2 minute 29.368, and it wasn't a clean lap. Let's see where it lies. It's 15th, not even close to being the fastest rear-wheel drive car, but slap bang in the middle of the pack, surrounded by, in the front, the Pontiac Firebird Trans Am, and just behind it the Audi Quattro S1. So it's still faster than the original Group B car, so it still would have had promise. Yeah. Oh yeah, and the car's livery was based off a IMSA 944, the Boss I wonder if it's Hugo Boss, I don't know. The Boss Porsche 944. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please leave a like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notified when I release a new video. And until next time guys, keep it sideways, keep it fun. DriftBuddy out.